Hey, what's up guys? It's Johnny here. Welcome to Seraphim's Nerdport, and today we've got something special for you. I'm going to be reviewing my Trunks, Dragon Ball Super Pop, and Goku Black. So, without further ado, let's do this.
Killed her!
Okay guys, so the first one we're going to be covering is Trunks. Now one thing I really like about this pop, which what drew me into him to start with, was the pose that he is in. Now what I really like about this pose is that obviously it's a crouching pose. It's much more of an action pose, which is something that I find Funko has really come together with lately. If you look at their older stuff, like I've got Dracula here. Now this one's a much older pop. He's in his basic, stood up, you know, it's a very simple pop, very basic pose. But I think a lot of that comes down to that's just basically all they could get done with Funko products to start with. Now we're moving into the fact that Funko are so heavily popular and people do want more from them. We're able to get these more dynamic and more somewhat creative poses, I would say. And I really like that. There's only one thing that I do dislike about this in particular, and it's something that's caused by the pose. That is, if you look really closely, he has like the longest neck in the world. And the problem I have with that neck is it just makes it look like, if you're looking like that, it just looks so odd. But also if you're head on with it, it doesn't really look too bad. And I think you can kind of get away with it. But I think if this wasn't a simple $15 Funko Pop or anything more expensive than that, I think people would probably have problems with that. But I have to say, he's actually done really well. And he's been painted really nicely. Like I've had some of the other Funko Pops, like some of my newer ones, where the paint has been absolutely terrible. But there are aspects on this, and I'll get close-up shots for these, where the paintwork is actually really good. Like there's particular points at the back here where the trousers and the boot meet together, and there's like almost no paint run over at all. Like there's no reason as to why on here, like the trouser color goes onto the boot or the boot color goes onto the trousers. It's not there. And it's really nice. I just think it's been so well done. The small details on the jacket. I have like the tiniest little paint splodge from his green belt actually on his blue jacket. But I think if it was really bothering me, it'd probably be something that'd be very easy to get off. And I also like the hair. Now, Trunks, for some reason in Dragon Ball Super, has blue hair as opposed to purple, like he does in Dragon Ball Z. And it's this really nice matte painted finish. And I just think it looks really nice. And I normally have him up here on my shelf, just like that. And I think he looks really good up there. One thing I've noticed though, and in particular him and with Goku Black, take a look at the size of the heads. Goku Black, yes, okay, Goku Black does have his giant Goku anime hair, but the actual physical heads, let's get a close up of that. There is such a big difference in the size. Goku Black seems to have a much larger ratio between his head and his body. Dracula, look at the size of the ratio between the body and the head. And now take Goku Black. He's much bigger and more emphasized with the size of his head. Put them two side by side and they would look really strange together, because Goku, being a big, strong, strapping Saiyan that he is, you would expect him to be much bigger and more physically imposing than Dracula is. Yet Dracula has bigger arms, he has bigger head, he's got thicker legs, but he has a smaller head. Now, we don't know if this is something that's been changed. And some of my other pops that I have down here, I'm not sure if you can see them, they all kind of follow a similar kind of thing. They all have a relatively thicker body as compared to these later ones. I don't know if this is something that Funko have outwardly spoken about that they've changed, but I'm not sure how I feel about it. Like with them together, it's no great issue, but when you have a bunch of them lined up and you've got these two together and you stand them together, and they look really out of place. So, let's cover Goku Black right now. Now, Goku Black, he has these translucent pink key ball, which I actually think is really, really nice. And they've done that really, really well, how they've managed to get that PVC or that vinyl translucent and have it in there alongside all the other painted ones. And it looks like that's just, like, it's not like a separate piece, right? It's all molded together. Goku's hair, obviously, it's, you know, they've done several Gokus now, so it looks really, really good. And you can tell that this is much more of a sinister version of Goku, which obviously he is, because he's not actually Goku in the anime. If you've seen Dragon Ball Super, you know who Goku Black is. You know that he's not really Goku. He's a bad guy called Zamasu who has taken over Goku's body. He's basically used the Dragon Balls to swap bodies, so he had a very strong and robust body so that he could basically destroy the entire universe. And that is why you have this little earring on him. Now, this little earring is a Potara earring, which is used by the Kais. Zamasu was an apprentice Kai, which is why it is green as opposed to orange. But, you know, I think it's done really, really well. There's a small bit of paint transfer from the gold onto the green. There's a little bit of glue on his ear. And there's a few little more... There's a lot more sort of imperfections on Goku than there is on Trunks. But I have to say, all in all, I'm actually very, very happy with how these guys came out. They could have come out considerably worse. You know, basically, I wouldn't have bought them if I thought they didn't look good. But these guys, they sit up here nicely. I may swap them around. I have found that, in particular, with Goku Black, he doesn't like standing up. So I'll take him down again. Goku Black, he has a angled foot. So basically, you have the full flat foot here, but on his front foot, how you would supposed to have him posed, probably like that, he has an angled foot base. So if, like me, you live in a slightly older property and your bookshelf's not straight, which mine isn't, or whatever it is you use to display your Funkos on, he may fall over. So you may have to fiddle around with the position of his body to his head to actually be able to get that front foot to stay up there. Like so. There he is. And he stays up there nice. So, I actually really like these guys. There is Zamasu, Gotenks, and Whis in the rest of the lineup for that. I think there's also a glow-in-the-dark Zamasu as like a chase or an exclusive somewhere, I think. Don't hold me to that one. I don't know off the top of my head. But I really like these guys. I'm hoping to get more Dragon Ball pieces because I'm a huge, huge Dragon Ball Z fan. Dragon Ball Super is coming to an end very soon, so I kind of want to hope that they can expand the lineup for Super, get a few more characters in there. But yeah, I think these guys are really good. Let me know what you think. Let me know what you guys are picking up lately. And thank you guys for tuning in. We will have much more Funko Pop reviews. I've got a lot more to bring out. I've got a lot more back in my old property where I've just moved out of. So thank you guys for tuning in. Sound off in the comments below what you thought of the video. Give us a like if you haven't already, and I would really appreciate you subscribing to the channel if you like what we make. But again, there is no obligations whatsoever for you to do that, but I would really appreciate it. So see you guys next time.